Hey everyone, I'm Wesley. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be going through the streets of San Francisco, a street photographer's paradise if you ask me. And we're going to be using the Nikon Zf along with the 28mm f2.8 and a couple of photos with a 40mm f2. So with that, let's get started. And before we actually get started, today starts a new Splatfest on Splatoon, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Which one do you prefer? I chose Saturday, so if you're in Saturday, let's get it this weekend. And in honor of Splatoon's Splatfest, I'm wearing my Splatoon shirt. The mashup between Red Dead Redemption. I love it. San Francisco isn't just about the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz, although I had a great view of Alcatraz from my hotel room in Chinatown. It's a city brimming with character, from its iconic cable cars to its diverse neighborhoods, quirky characters, and ever-changing atmosphere. As street photographers, it's our job to capture this essence, to tell stories through our lenses. I like to do that usually with light, but this is San Francisco after all, and we didn't get much in the way of light in the short time that I had in San Francisco. Once I got downtown, I started in Chinatown. It is where my hotel was after all. I love this district in San Francisco for its bustling cultural hub consisting of bright colors, red lanterns, intricate architecture, interesting subjects, and lively street vendors. In fact, I often stay in Chinatown, as I just mentioned, when I'm in San Francisco. It's one of the safer areas in my opinion, and it's close to everything including Coit Tower, Telegraph Hill, and some of the Victorian-style homes scattered throughout San Francisco. Chinese New Year celebrations aren't too far behind us, and Chinatown still shows remnants of the celebration. Combined with the intricate and colorful walled art scattered throughout the street, the addition of the interesting subjects make for a great photo. This is especially important in flat light, as you don't have the light to paint your subject, but the bright colors help to bring the attention to your subject instead. I just heard James Popsy talk about this in his Coney Island video, and it couldn't have been more true today. San Francisco was a cold, wet, damp, cloudy environment throughout most of the trip. The sun peeked out very rarely. I continued through the tunnel that connects Chinatown and Union Square to check out San Francisco's iconic cable cars. If you continue down to the end, you can check out the unique method in which they turn around, and I'll show a video for you all right now. I explored the area and experimented with slow shutter, panning shots of interesting commuters heading home from work, and motion blur in others. Another great tip, if the light is flat, is to play with slow shutter speed. It can bring otherwise boring photos to life. I stopped in for dinner as the sun went down to watch the Suns game, no pun intended. Then I headed back out towards the hotel in Chinatown, putting the Nikon Zf through its paces in low light, and it continues to impress. Speaking of overcast, flat light days, you don't have to worry about that at night, and San Francisco has plenty to offer at night for street photographers. Colors pop, and black and white photos come to life with the contrast of the dark and light areas that the bright lights throughout the city bring. The next day, I stopped at this quirky coffee shop in Chinatown before heading out to explore the city. And I got one of my favorite photos of the entire trip while sitting there enjoying my croissant. I continued climbing and exploring Telegraph Hill. As I got up each hill, the weather changed for the worse. Well, we are in California after all, and it keeps raining, so I had to put the mic away, and I put on the 28mm to give me a little more room. You know, I've never been to 24 or 28mm or any kind of wide angle shooter for that matter, but I gotta tell you, since I started using the 28mm f2.8, it's really gotten me more used to the focal length, and honestly, I'm starting to really enjoy the focal length now. It's no longer a burden. I don't know that I'll use the 40 the rest of the trip. We'll see. All right, Now let me see if I can get some shots. The sun keeps coming in, coming out. The rain's coming, so I don't want to open up the mic port to plug in the lab mic. So I hope these internal mics are doing the job. At least it's usable. Until the next video, we walk up this hill. You don't need to hear me huffing and puffing. Whew. The hills are filled with unique homes and people, which make for interesting photos, even when the light is lacking. As I continued towards Coit Tower, the rain set in, and the clock being where it was, I decided it was time to abandon the idea of going up Coit Tower and head back toward my hotel so I can catch my flight home. I really love San Francisco. It's a street photographer's dream. If you have the chance to shoot in San Francisco, look at the forecast. Try to go in the summer or when the light's good and when you're gonna have some decent weather. I would say Chinatown, Telegraph Hill, Coit Tower area, financial district. You're gonna get some great images over there. I love, 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 love San Francisco. So let's talk about some tips to help elevate your photos. First tip, don't just stick to landmarks. While they make for a good postcard, they don't make for great street photography, unless you have an interesting subject in it as well. Street photography is about the story, and about the story you tell through your lens. Everyday scenes from a unique perspective, your perspective. And we can't let one aspect of photography in being light cause us to not venture out, especially when you only have a limited amount of time. When the sun isn't shining, like it was in our case, colors pop. They draw your attention, they draw the viewer's attention, and San Francisco does not lack in colors. These Victorian style homes, they're all different colors, they're spread throughout the city. Telegraph Hill is a great place to start if you're looking for that sort of thing. And I couldn't have been happier with the way these photos turned out despite not having that dynamic light. And lastly, embrace the hills. They can be challenging, but they make for a very unique perspective on the city of San Francisco. Once I climbed the hill going towards Coit Tower, Telegraph Hill area, I was able to get a fantastic view of San Francisco. And without these hills, although they're a pain to climb, you wouldn't be able to get a perspective like this. San Francisco is a photographer's playground, offering endless inspiration and opportunities to capture the city's unique soul. Let me know your favorite spots in San Francisco, and thanks for watching today. Don't forget to subscribe, help support the channel as I try to grow this channel week by week with videos on street photography, vlogging, and educational stuff as well. Thanks for watching again, and until next time, peace. Bow. Okay, let me get started. Cut! To the guy who commented that a lightsaber was going through my head. Warpy video. I took it off. That's what I'm trying to get at. I took it off. I said bye.